Hello, my friends. Welcome to my vlog. Has been a while. It has been a while since I had a vlog, and usually I would be putting up a vlog on a Saturday if I had one in between my usual videos. Today I'm doing one on a Wednesday because, well, number one, I just want to chat to you about a project that I did recently that is very exciting and very big for me, and I'm just so excited to tell you all about it so that you can check it out, but also because I am far too tired to complete the video that I had planned for today, which is taking more brain than I have brain. So yeah, it's a vlog on a Wednesday, filmed on a Tuesday because time doesn't exist on YouTube. Also, I'm outside because for the first time in quite a few days here in my town, it is not pouring down rain, and I get to do that. I hope I'm not too much in the shadow, but yeah, a little bit difficult finding the light. So hello, welcome to the land, I guess. Um, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous out here. So you get to look at that. Don't worry about looking at me. Just look at that. Don't look at me. Look at that. So the project I've been on, as you could tell from the title of the video, is that I was on a podcast. Was on? I still am. It's still there. The wonders of podcasting is that it's still there, still exists, is not live. Yeah, a couple of months ago, the local community college reached out to me and told me about a project that they were working on called RE Community. Yeah, RE Community. And they wanted to get me involved. They've been doing a bunch of like projects underneath that, programs, different like events, different classes, different group things. And the thing they wanted me to be on board with was a podcast they were running called Sharing Stories in Your Own Words. They were interviewing people in the community and just talking to them about their lives. They were just finding interesting people in our community from different parts of society, different cultural backgrounds, different experiences, different, you know, like lines of work, all that kind of thing. And they really wanted me to be involved. I think somebody had mentioned that they'd been talking in the community college, they'd had classes or conferences or something about disability advocacy. And my name came up as a local disability advocate, which is very exciting that my name is coming up in that sphere. It's very cool. But yeah, and they thought, well, let's get Nell Tyler on. Let's interview Nell Tyler.
Now, what motivated you to become a disability advocate?
I think it was my experiences with disability and seeing that there was a lot to say and a lot of voices who couldn't say it.
Mhm.
And I've always had a pretty decent voice at speaking up. When I got the NDIS, in the early days of the NDIS, I noticed a lot of holes and I noticed a lot of issues, and I just kind of took them on the chin. And I realized that was definitely not doing me any favors. And I wondered about how many people were also experiencing these issues but didn't have a voice to speak up. And then, wouldn't it be cool if Nell Tyler did some interviews? So I was invited on board as a facilitator for some of these podcasts, to be interviewed for one of the podcasts, and then to be an interviewer for a bunch of other podcasts. And it was very, very cool. I was able to like select whoever I was able to interview whoever I wanted. Had a lot of control. I got high off that power. No, it was very fun, very interesting. I wanted to I had in my head where I kind of wanted to go with my interviews. I wanted to interview some people with personal experience of disability. I wanted to see if I could go for some things in like living with this on the spectrum kind of thing. And I wanted to go with some people in the music industry. And I was able to tick all of my goals. I interviewed my mum. That was a very cool interview because she has the experience of somebody who became the carer of an adult child with disability when that had not been clear from the beginning. A lot of carers of adult children with disability, they kind of know that that is going to be part of their role from the beginning because the child is diagnosed with a disability or an illness or a condition like at birth. With my mum, I was very sick as a kid. And so it was I probably needed more care than a lot of kids. But I seemed to be able-bodied, I seemed to be independent, and then when I was like 22, all came crashing down. Suddenly I'm disabled. And so she had to like fit into that role, no training, no preparation. So we had a chat about that. It was really interesting.
So my thoughts in sort of 3 words, I think communication, compassion and compromise are important aspects of a caring relationship. And if you don't have that toing and froing, you'll have a whole lot more difficulty than you need.
I also talked to my friend Anne, my dear friend. She will probably comment on this video. So if she does, Anne, hello, I love you so much. And if anyone else sees her commenting, please give her some love, because she is an absolute legend. And my dear soul sister, she is absolutely precious to me. And she has lived with disability her whole life. And she grew up in a time where disability was really not recognized, not appreciated, not validated, and not cared for. So I really wanted to pick her brain on what things were like back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and also how things have changed. What does this area need more of for people with disabilities, do you think?
More understanding from the people that don't live with people with disability. More love and understanding.
Yeah.
And help them to live their life the way they want it.
I was able to interview a local artist who I've met and made friends with, and she lives on the spectrum. She uses art with her mental health, and she uses her mental health with art. It's a really wonderful, like, symbiotic relationship there. We wrote a song together about our experiences on the spectrum, and we're going to put that into our podcast. I was able to interview my partner, which was very interesting, about our approach to what people would call an interabled relationship, but we're just like, that's just our life. And now some people would approach a relationship with a disabled person and they're like, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know. Oh, that's a lot. Will it like stop me from living my life? And he's like, what? If the person you love and if the person you like has a disability, if the person you like needs a bit of extra help, so be it. If the person you like gets a cold, you look after them. If the person you love gets sick, you look after them. It wasn't a thought for him. So we had a really interesting discussion about that. I was also able to talk to 2 local guys in the local music industry and the local music scene who also do a lot of work in the disability community. And I'd been wanting to talk to them for a while. And people, as I moved about and got known, people kept telling me, you have to talk to Maddie Zarb and Scott Greenaway. Maddie Zarb works with the Australian Children's Music Foundation, teaching music to kids in schools, a lot of kids who don't have access to music in their home, don't have a lot of exposure to that. He also works a lot with people with disability and kids with disability, and works in the supported living situations to like bring music to people with disability, help give them that voice and that expression. And Scott Greenaway, who works as a trained music therapist, a properly trained licensed music therapist, with a lot of people with disability and health conditions and mental health. And people kept telling me, you've got to talk to these guys. But how do you talk to people like that? How do you say, hi, I'm just new in the local music industry, and people keep telling me that I should talk to you, so hello. So this actually gave me a really good opportunity to say, hi, I'm Nell Tyler, local singer-songwriter and advocate. Singer-songwriter and advocate. I'm recording a podcast with a local community college. I'd really love to chat to you because I think that we are working in a similar area. So I was able to sit down with each of them individually and have really good discussions about where we're at and about like what we do, about how we use music. And so my episodes with my episode being interviewed, my episode with my mum, and my episode with Anne have all been published. You can find them all on Spotify at Sharing Stories in Your Own Words. The other ones are still being edited and uploaded, but it would really mean a lot to me if you all checked those out. I worked really hard on them. During the month of May. It was a lot of work. As somebody with chronic illness and mental health issues, work is hard. I'm sort of allergic to stress and allergic to exertion. And so I really pushed myself doing this. And the community college was wonderful working with me, because when they first approached me, they just approached me like they would any other facilitator. They, I didn't have to ask, is this a paid job? How much do I get to charge? It was, hey, this is our facilitator rates. This is like, it was very laid out. Also, for a half-hour podcast, they're not saying we pay you for half an hour. It was very much like, okay, so here's, you get paid for prep time. They're acknowledging that you are working hard on this. You're putting a lot of love and effort into this. Sometimes I feel like disability advocates, it's like, well, surely the exposure and the awareness is reward in itself. It's like, no, I want to be recognized as this being a job, this being something I am working hard on, this being something that is worth it. If you think it's worth it for me to do it for you, you should be considering it worth it to pay me, to acknowledge that financially. And these guys have been amazing. These guys have been amazing to work with. They offered me more time, more podcasts during June, and I was like, I would love to say yes, but my chronic illness and my mental health are saying, no, just take a break. So yeah, I'm very tired. I'm very worn out, but I feel so satisfied, so validated. I feel like also that I have a knack. I have a skill. I have a natural talent for podcasting, for radio. I found these interviews to be very natural. I would prepare for them. I'd prepare the hell out of them. But once I was there talking to people, it flowed very naturally. I was very concerned that after years of doing YouTube, of just me and you, babe. It's just me and you, babe. I don't know how many people are watching this. Usually it's just like 20 people, 40 people who end up watching this. It's probably just one at a time watching it. And I don't see any of you. It's just me and the birds, I was afraid that sitting down with somebody else in real life was going to be daunting. But I think doing YouTube means that I've learned how to not really let there be awkward silences. I've learned how to kind of practice something, rehearse something in my head, and then just make it sound really natural. Like I've never said it before. All of what I'm saying now is genuinely ad-libbed and, off the cuff. But often with my other videos, I have written down a script and I'm kind of flicking through and reading it, but I'm trying to say it in a way where it just sounds very natural. And so doing radio and podcasting, that's kind of how you want to be. And the people working with me were like, yeah, you're a natural. So that was really validating. And I thought, well, that's something I definitely want to do more of in the future. Not run my own podcast, because that's way too much bloody work. But be a part of other people's projects, jump on board with that, facilitate interviews and things like that. I think that's something that I could really work on in the future. So yeah, it's been really good, really validating, and just good fun. And exhausting, utterly exhausting. This month, I just need to take it easy because it was a lot of work. But yeah, got some sunshine and I'm just going to recharge like a solar panel. I wish that worked. I wish sleep worked when you're chronically ill. Doesn't work. Like a battery that just won't recharge. But just taking it easy and yeah, so check it out on Spotify. Sharing stories in your own words. Shout out to Mid-North Coast Community College. Keep forgetting which one, which name it is. You guys have been great. And if you're listening with your hearing aids, which you can do, many hearing aids have Bluetooth, and you want a little bit of extra protection, you should try Ear Gears. Yes, I am plugging my own little affiliate thing. You should check out Ear Gears. They're a little fabric protective cover for your hearing aids. They can protect it from like dust and sweat and hair. And they are, I'd say they're worth their weight in gold, but they are very, very light and airy, and you don't even feel them. So they're not worth their weight in gold, but they are absolutely worth every penny. So check out Ear Gears. I've got an affiliate code and the link up on the screen. So you should check those out because they are absolutely worth it. I have been, once I put my ear gears on my hearing aids, I didn't take them off. They're just on there now. I don't think I will ever wear hearing aids without ear gears ever again, because they're just brilliant. I do not really need to clean out my hearing aids from like dust and hair anymore, because ear gears do all the work. So check that out, and that will help you listen to sharing stories in your own words on Spotify. Will I ever be good at that? I don't think so. All right, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully next time I'm planning something interesting for my next video. Let's see if I have the guts to bring it out. But, all right, thank you so much for watching. Bless.